The Pinball Circus is arguably the most uniquely designed pinball machine of all time. Made in June of 1994, there are only 2 known units ever created, one whitewood and one prototype. Python Angelo, who also made Pinbot, Bride of Pinbot, and Taxi, designed the game. This game introduced an element of verticality to pinball and was built in a large video-style cabinet. It is one of the most innovative and strange pinball machines ever created. In this episode, we cover the strange history of the Pinball Circus. Players try to get the ball from the bottom, up 3 playfields called rings, all the way into the top of the clown's mouth. The game features a total of 7 flippers, 4 pop bumpers, 3 drop targets, 1 kick-out hole, and 2 animal mechs. There is no left out lane, but there is a buy-in feature. The lower playfield has 3 flippers, 2 are offset, and a third flips balls that drain from the ring 3 playfield via a corkscrew wire form. Flipping a ball in the lower playfield up to the left center ramp delivers it to the ring 2 playfield, where its 1 flipper is used to flip the ball up the ramp to the elephant's trunk. The elephant then raises its head to roll the ball along its trunk to the ramp behind it, routing the ball to the ring 3 playfield. This playfield has 1 small flipper and a mini slingshot kicker in place of a left flipper. A skillful shot up the rear ramp of this playfield delivers the ball to a magnetic giraffe ball lifter, which elevates it to fall into the clown's playfield. 2 small flippers on this final playfield are used to hit the 3 drop targets in the clown's mouth and to score a jackpot behind them. After the jackpot, the ball is returned via a habit trail to the right flipper on the lower playfield. There also features a spinning knife dodger that awards mysteries and a Lolita acrobat that can also be seen dancing in the middle of the playfield. While interesting and innovative, unfortunately, that's all it is. Once the player has done all that, all they can do is do it again. The main tagline associated with Pinball Circus from those that have played it is, "You gotta play it, at least once," meaning there isn't much to it, but it's unique enough to hold your attention for a game or two. The side art is amazing. It features an acrobat pouring drinks and holding a snake, bouncing on top of a clown's head, which is on top of a tiger on top of an elephant standing on the world. Pinball Circus takes 3 sheets of plywood to manufacture, while a standard pinball machine only takes 1.5, a significant difference. Pinball Circus is also much heavier than a regular machine. However, the footprint of the game is actually smaller. Today's games are 2-dimensional, with a third about 6 to 8 inches tall. The new cabinet gave a 26-inch vertical dimension to design with, taking pinball to literally a new level. The game was tested in Germany, where it was determined it would have been extremely expensive to build. It would not have earned enough on location to justify the cost. Python said, "Pinball Circus was my greatest dream. It was the hardest I worked and fought for a pinball machine, never to get to market." He claims people didn't see his vision and were worried about money and not revolutionizing the industry. Around this time, Capcom decided to get into pinball, and many Williams employees moved companies. Python also went to Capcom as their creative director. Williams secured the rights to the Pinball Circus design and did not allow Python to create something similar at Capcom. The only 2 Pinball Circuses created currently reside in Ken Fedesna's house in Europe and at the Vegas Pinball Hall of Fame, donated by Steve Kordick. Unfortunately, Python passed away April 9th, 2014, from a 3-year battle with cancer. The team at Circus Maximus worked with Python in his final last months, recreating Pinball Circus with the vision of a completed game. A whitewood was created and some key elements were added, such as balls dropping into Flippy, yes, that is the name of the clown, and a snake that could save balls by hitting it with a foot pedal, or as Python wanted it, a pelvic thrust. Playfield side art was recovered and installed in this version, and features acrobats eating bananas. There will also be an interactive display, having characters jump over the ball as it traverses across the DMD. Python continued to work on modifications, additions, and enhancements to the game, along with a much deeper rule set, right up until his final days. He saw the arrival of the Whitewoods and the assembly of several of the mini playfields before he passed, signing some of them. Circus Maximus is planning on building 2 Whitewood test tables, 12 prototype models, followed by a regular run of games, with a production number yet to be determined. Unfortunately, the game is currently on the back burner, as the company is working on Kingpin, the short-lived final Capcom pinball game. Critics have cited that Circus Maximus is going to have a hard time finding average customers who are willing to spend thousands of dollars on a one-trick pony, with so many other viable options in the market today. Regardless if Pinball Circus would make a viable retail game, no one can argue that Python Angelo was innovative. Creating new ideas for pinball machines is always difficult, and to see how people push the medium is simply inspirational. Personally, I hope more vertical pinball machines are created, with more fleshed out rules. Maybe even ones without the creepy clowns. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and would like more pinball history, make sure to subscribe and comment on the next one you would like to see.